Well, hello, football fans, and welcome to this edition of the Billy Skinner Lamar Viking Football Coaches Show. I'm Bill Frawley, and with me, as always, of course, head football coach and male athletic coordinator for Lamar High School, Billy Skinner. Coach, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be back.
I'm glad to be back too.
Yeah.
We tried to pull this off yesterday. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, helping my son move one house to the other, and the newer house didn't have Wi-Fi, was in a bad spot. So here we are, a little bit later than we want to do it usually for fans, but here we go, and we'll just kind of jump right into it. You had a scrimmage last week, Friday, I believe.
Yep.
How did that go, and what happened? What did it tell you about the team?
For sure. No, it was I want to talk actually whole program because I
Good.
think it was a really strong showing for all of our kids. Our freshman level, we had some really explosive plays, a bunch of just long touchdowns, those kind of things. So anytime that's happening, that gets you fired up. Very strong offensive line plays. Guys like Ricky Swayzer and Joshua Young were they're big, good-looking freshmen who come in and they play with a nasty disposition. Or what's that word that I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know what you
Anyway,
mean.
yes, you know what I'm saying. They get
Yeah.
after it, and they're mean about it, which is always good. So that was fun to watch with our freshman group, and then with our JV group, just to see them kind of moving the ball. And we've got a young running back at that with that JV group. His name's Jimmy Young, and it seems like every time we give him the ball, no matter where we are on the field, he's going to make one person miss, and then he's running by everybody. So it was great to see that in the scrimmage as well. Kenneth Onan was working quarterback with that group, and just to see him
Nice.
operating the offense it was good, and it's good to see it against somebody else. From the varsity standpoint, I think it went really well. They have Richland brings back an entire offensive line and an entire defensive line, and they had some big old dudes. And our guys did not bat an eye. They didn't shy away. It was definitely a fist fight in the trenches between both sides, and it was cool to see just high level football from that position. And then Jaden Shaw was operating the offense very, very well, doing a good job of taking care of the football, uh, doing what we talk about Walmart purchases, just small purchases that the defense will give us, and he's doing a really good job of getting the ball out to receivers like Ty Rollins, who had a big day, and guys like Scoot Richmond, who had a massive catch for a touchdown. So there was a lot of good, there was a lot of ugly. In the live scrimmage portion, I wanted to teach our guys a lesson. I know there was a moment during that scrimmage when everybody's like, what the heck is happening? So one of our players broke for a long, beautiful touchdown. It was awesome. But before he scored, he blew a kiss at the opponent. The official
Ugh.
didn't see it, and we got away with it, or so our kids thought. So the officials put their hands up for a touchdown, and I'm running out to the middle of the field, and I'm telling that umpire, throw the flag, throw the flag. And he's like, what are you talking about, coach? And I said, our guy blew a kiss at their guy. Throw a flag on that. We need to learn that today. And so they throw the flag. And what our kids learn is if I taunt during a play, the ball goes back to the spot minus 15 from where that taunt happened. So even though
Okay.
that was a 80-yard touchdown run, now we're backed up 15 yards from when the taunt happened. And the touchdown doesn't count, all those good things. We needed that lesson. We needed to learn that. Our kids, and that running back who broke that play, he came and loved him. And he said, Coach, thank you. I needed to hear that. I needed to see that. Our
Oh,
team, they know
wow.
they needed to see it. And then the very next play, of course, Camille Pruitt makes
Yep.
a crazy juggling catch and then breaks a bunch of tackles and goes down the field for 80 yards. So it's nice when the mistake happens, but then you have teammates who have your back. So it was cool. It was a really good moment for us that we needed. There are times in the past where plays like that um, kept us from reaching our full potential as a program. And so the fact that we were able to experience that so early and experience that last week, whenever it doesn't count, quote unquote, that was good for us.
Coach, I really admire what you did and taught that lesson of character to not just that one player, but the whole team. And say, hey, we might have got away with it this time, but
Yep,
it's also what's character. That's what happens, what you do when you don't think anyone else is looking.
that's
Um,
it.
Reminds me of a friend that has a student, one of my son's ages. They went to Lamar cousin's aunt that was on the LPGA tour. I won't
Mhm.
say any names, but she accidentally touched her golf ball, and that's a one-stroke penalty. She
Yeah,
self-reported, even though probably
yeah,
no one else noticed.
right.
That's those kind of things, and those are lessons that'll go off the football field as well, coach. So way to go. And I'm glad the
No,
player responded the way that he did.
I'm glad he responded the way he did, but I'm also really glad how the team responded. I'm really glad that just everybody understood. Nobody took it personal. It was,
Good.
yeah, you're right. That was an opportunity for us all to grow, and I think we grew as a team from it.
Well, it had to be fun for you as coaches, all of your staff, and especially for the players in a scrimmage, finally like going full speed against someone else.
Yeah.
I'm sure sometimes they want to be careful, maybe sometimes they don't on the intra squad training camp
Hey,
kind of stuff. But
I'll tell you, there's nobody more excited than Braylon Williams,
oh my gosh.
because you talk about an off season. That kid had a fantastic off season in the weight room. He did really well in wrestling. He did really well throwing and track. He's had a great summer. Academically, he's kicking butt. But for the last 3 weeks, we've had him practicing against Vikes and telling him, "Hey, we can't put that kid on the ground. You can't do that." And so the fact that he kind of got to get out and stretch his legs a little bit, and we don't have to yell at him to stay up. I think that was a big deal for Braylon.
Well, you've sent him and other varsity and sub-varsity players up to the booth to help me
Yep.
spot and run scoreboard for some of the sub-varsity games. And Braylon is one of those wonderful guys, great, great young man.
Yep.
But man, if I saw him on the football field, I'd say yes, sir, and back out of the way. So I get what you're
we uh
saying.
we have a joke that some of our offensive players, they have selective sight. So, other linebackers, they're going to get up and they're going to get where they need to, but somehow whenever 42 is out there, I coach, I didn't see him.
Yeah, oops.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, I know in the past you've had some different slogans for the whole season, sometimes a week at a time. There's been, WTD, win the
Yeah.
down, win the day, win the, everything, win the drive, and so on. And I noticed on Sports U, and I'm glad I get to see some of these things you put out there because they're meant to motivate. I know the players especially, but they hit
Yeah,
some of us as well.
for
And
sure.
I love the one this week. The theme of the week, habits win.
Yes,
Championships aren't built on hype, they're built on daily habits. This week, we challenge every Viking to show championship habits in the classroom, on the field, and at home. Every rep, every class, every detail matters. Coach, that shows how important the overall life of these players is beyond just the football field, but including on the football field.
for sure, for sure. And I'm glad you brought that up. Our yearly theme, obviously, win the day is always going to be a part of who we are, just because that's how we want to operate. But our theme this year is habits over hype. You're starting to see more attention coming to the program, whether it be individual players, whether it be us as a team. We were on live TV with CBS, and all of that is great. I mean, it's really cool to see yourself on the TV. But what are the things that get you to that point? And that's what
Mhm.
that's about. It's about the habits, whether it be in the weight room, whether it be us taking notes in a classroom, whether it us greeting our teachers, whatever that is. And so we try to make sure we're hitting on winning style habits in everything that we do.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to be focusing on when the drive the next couple of days. I drive
Absolutely.
today from Charlotte to Nashville and Nashville to Arlington. And, but no, but these things mean a lot to a lot of us beyond the players. So thank you for sharing those things out in the way you do. This week coming up, you got Thursday night games. We've talked about it in the previous coaches show, a lot of Thursday
Yep.
night games. And it's not going to be a one-off. So what does that do to your practice and routine for the week?
There's a lot of new. There's a lot of new in Lamar football, which is a good thing, in my opinion. But one of the new things is our athletic period. So in the past, our freshmen had their own athletic period at the beginning of the day, and then varsity and JV would be in the middle of the day from 11 to 12:45. What we've done is we've actually moved everyone into the same athletic period during that third and ninth period block. So all of the coaches, all 215 kids, everybody is here in the facility during that third and ninth period. That is a good thing. That's a very good thing. Because the other thing that that does is it frees up our coaches during the last period of the day for us to have a common PLC so that we can meet, we can watch film together, we can prep for practice and do all of those kind of things. So that is that's something that has kind of been updated and changed, and that's good. But it's also presented its own set of challenges as well because you know practice space. We're getting ready to lose Cravens Field and all of those kind of things. So we've had to be creative with how we practice and how we prepare. But it's been really good. Yesterday was a great Monday practice for the offense, a great Monday practice for the defense. I had to remind the kids that sometimes it's a little bit slower because those are your install days, so it's not as pretty as you would hope, and everything's not necessarily as sharp as you would hope. But it was one of the better Mondays that we had, even with all the quote unquote distractions of different kids and different places and traveling from here to going over there. But no, we've embraced it and really enjoyed it.
Okay, that's great stuff. This week, then Wednesday, JV and freshmen play games. I'm going to let
Yes.
you say when and where. I'm going
Oh, I
to
better talk slow. Yeah, I'm going to talk really slow here. I'm going to get these all right though. So we're going to
Yeah.
start with our freshmen. So our
Okay.
freshman teams, we have two of them. The gold team will play Plano West at Workman Junior High at 5:30. That game kicks off at 5:30 for the gold team. The Navy team will then follow that game at 7 o'clock at Workman Junior High. So those are our freshman games this week, and that's on Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, the JV team, both of them, we have two, will travel to Clark Stadium in Plano, and the JV Gold will play at 5:30, and the JV Navy will follow that game at 7 o'clock versus Plano West again at Clark Stadium on Wednesday. So we've got a lot of football happening Wednesday night. We've got a lot of exciting young kids, names that you're going to be hearing, and kids like BJ Williams, who is a freshman quarterback. He's Braylon's little brother, but I
Okay.
think by the time he graduates, Braylon will be known as BJ's big brother. So, so yeah, he's got a live arm and real command of the offense. He's really fun to watch. I think you're going to enjoy seeing him. Kamarion, or I'm sorry, Jamarion. Jamarion is one of no, we call him number three. He's one of those exciting young freshmen that when he gets the ball in his hands, exciting things happen. Tariq Smith is another one, little number five. And that dude, he can play running back, he can play slot receiver, he can play corner, he can play everywhere on the field. But he's one that you're gonna see and hear about, and we're excited to kind of see what he does at Workman on Wednesday. And then Isaiah Bowens, he's this kid is a beautiful defensive end who also plays some tight end, who's skilled enough to go out and play wide receiver, but he's also big enough and flexible enough to go and play tackle. So very versatile kids in that freshman group that we're really excited about. From a JV standpoint, you'll see kids like Portis Hamilton, who had a monster year as a freshman last year at running back, and he had a really good off season this season. So we're excited to get him going. And just Kenneth Onan, I talked about him earlier. He's going to have he's one we're expecting to have a big year. And Terry Baker is a kid that is right there on the cusp of varsity and JV. We're going to start him off on the JV and hopefully see him in the end zone quite a bit. And before long, you'll probably see him on Friday, or for us this year, Thursday nights.
Coach, I can just tell, and I'm glad this is video, not just audio, for everyone to see the smile on your face, the
Oh, it's
excitement about, and we're only talking about like maybe freshmen and JV
yep,
so far. This
yep,
is such great stuff, and two freshman teams, two
yes,
JV teams.
yes. Two
What a
freshmen, two
statement for
JV.
this program, Coach.
No, it's one of those things that the kids keep coming, and we're excited about that because again, if they're here, we can live our why, which is producing better humans. We want young people who leave here better than they were when they got here. And so the fact that we get to fill out five teams every year, that's a big deal, and we're really we're proud of it, and we're excited about it.
Definitely. All right, so varsity gets to play at Choctaw Stadium.
Yeah, I get to open it up this year.
That's right. Little known fact, I'm not bragging at all, just coincidental. I got to be a part of the crew that broadcast the first high school game from Choctaw. It was
Oh, wow.
Lamar versus Trinity years
Okay.
ago.
Yep.
And that was a special deal, especially getting used to looking at the field from the corner, what was
Yes.
home plate. But
Yep.
anyway, enough about that. Tell us what you're expecting to happen on Thursday at Choctaw.
Yeah, we're excited to play Plano West again. I'll tell you, they are a team that is, I think, trending up. Watching their scrimmage, they've got some really explosive pieces on the offensive side of the ball. They've grown up quite a bit defensively. Defensive line wise, you can tell they're bringing back some experience, and they've got some guys that play the game angry. So, we're gonna have to be on our P's and Q's on Thursday, and we're going to have to execute in order to have any kind of success because those guys over there do a really good job. So we're excited about how we match up, but we also know we've got to line up and we've got to play and do all the things that we've been working on since spring.
Excellent. Fan base. Got to talk about how important
Yes.
it is for fans to make that trip. I know it can be a tough time to drive across the Metroplex for a 7 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah,
Hey, leave early, get there early, eat somewhere over there if you
that's
need
it.
to, but it's so important for those players to see not only their own family and friends, but just the community turn out to support them.
That's a big deal for us, and we want to get as many Vikings in the stands, whether that be parents, whether that be alumni, whether that be future Vikings. I was just at Shackleford Junior High this morning, just reminding them that our place is their place, and that place this Thursday is Choctaw, so that's going to be their home
Yeah.
too. So I want them there with us, and we're going to make that same message tomorrow when we head over to Nichols. But no, we want booties in the seats. We want it loud and what a great place, a great venue to have all of those people. I mean, it's a really neat experience to play in Choctaw, and we get to do that 4 times this year. So come on.
It is, and I kind of misspoke. I was thinking about the drive for some of the sub-varsity games to Plano, but it's right here in Arlington at
That's it.
Choctaw. So no
Yep.
excuse, no
Yep. Get
driving
here.
excuse. All
That's
kinds
right.
of great ways to get there, back streets and all. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's shift gears if it's all right then. Sports drink
Yes.
donation drive.
Yes. So we will accept, and we're going to open this up just a little bit, and my booster club doesn't even know I'm doing this, but I'm going to
All
throw it out there
right.
anyway. We are accepting donations, obviously, of Gatorade, and that's first and foremost the most important part of it, the sports drink. But I also want to throw this out there: peanut butter. If parents
Okay.
want to bring peanut butter or bring bread, we are all about that life as well. So we prefer the sports drink if we can, but again, if you can go and get a couple of loaves of bread and peanut butter, that's one of the things we've kind of identified that we want to grow and improve on, just kind of as a program in general, is the nutrition piece. And some of our kids will they think an Arizona iced tea and a bag of hot chips are that's a nutritious meal. And sometimes I want to be able to point over to one of the rooms, and say, "Hey, go make yourself a sandwich," and just So loaves of bread and peanut butter go a long way if you want to do that. And obviously, we will accept any donation from a sports drink because our kiddos they love them and they tear them up.
So the peanut butter and bread, that's so they can make a sandwich anytime they want
Yep.
to, almost
Uh-huh.
not just
Yep.
so it gets that protein punch.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Just a little something
great.
on their stomach. I'll have kids
Okay,
who come over and, "Coach, you have any bars before we go out to practice? I didn't eat breakfast this morning." Well, now we can just point over at the table and make
make you a
yourself a peanut butter.
sandwich.
Yep.
Oh man, so let's make sure everyone brings a lot of that stuff. I'll bring some by at some point, along with some
Awesome.
sports drinks. I have a soft spot for these guys in my heart, so just want to see them have everything they need to succeed any way they can. I know there's a lot of people, family, friends, and again, just a community that feel that way.
Yep, for sure. And they're a special group of kids, man. They show up every day with a smile on their face, ready to work. They make this fun. I'm telling you right now, this has been the last year has been one of the funnest years in coaching I've had because this group, they just make it fun every day.
Excellent.
Yep.
Well, anything else about anything else about
Oh, there's so much. There's so much.
That's always that open-ended question at the end of the show.
I do have a special shout out. I've got
Yeah.
to shout out Heather Woodman, our girls athletic coordinator and our head volleyball coach. A couple of weeks ago, her team beat Copper's Cove in a tournament, and the reason why that is special is that was her 250th win, which
Wow.
winning is very hard to do. and the fact that her and her team were able to get the 250th, and she's so low key. She never wants to make it a big deal or anything like that, but it's a really big deal, and I know we at Lamar Football are extremely proud of her and extremely proud of our school and what she's done for that program. So been here 11 years, and she was able to get that 250th, and it's pretty special.
Cat's out of the bag now.
Cat's out of the bag. So sorry, Heather.
No, you're not. And I won't be sorry when I blow up her
No.
phone and tell other people. So, all right. Anything else?
A lot going on. We've got tennis rocking, we've got volleyball rocking, football's going. So find an opportunity to come out and support the Vikes. I know our kids will appreciate it.
Coach, speaking of tennis, I got to about 10 days or so ago, I got to go watch some of the tennis match up
Mhm.
at Lamar. And folks, there's some talent there.
Yes.
It's a wide range, but man, there's some ladies and gentlemen
Yep.
that can serve that ball.
Yep.
And the way they return some serves, everyone watches US Open on TV, Wimbledon, all that stuff. But my goodness, there's some talent to be had. And the price was right for a ticket to get in.
Yep.
It was free
Yep.
99.
That's it. Hey, I'm telling you, you can't beat free. You
No,
cannot
and
beat free.
and again, hey, there's things going on multiple courts for a while, but
Yep.
that's a great thing to go watch.
Hey, and we've got one of the best venues in Arlington. I mean, just coming for our venue is cool because we've got that awning where you can go and you can get
That's
some
it.
shade. They do a great job with the burgers and the concession stand over
Yep.
there. I'll tell you this about tennis. So every time I go out there, Coach Matouche, he will break out a racket and hand it to me, and whatever they're doing, he has me jump in and practice. I've got to tell you, we've got some great tennis kids because they don't take advantage of me and they don't hit me with the ball. So much respect to them.
And that's respect.
That's it.
All right, coach. Last call, last chance. Anything else?
There's so much, but I think that's all I've
Yeah.
got today.
Okay. Well, man, appreciate you as always making time for this. It's fun to visit, fun to dig in deeper on some things as they come up, and look forward to some Viking wins and a lot of Viking fans in the stands this Wednesday and Thursday night.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, until next week, I'm Bill Frawley with head Viking football coach Billy Skinner saying VFND.
VFND.